So namaste and good afternoon to all. On this first day of auspicious month of Shravan, it is a matter of great pride and for ICGEB, and it's a privilege for me to welcome Professor Govardhan Dasji, Honorable Member Niti Aayog, Government of India. Impressed with his relentless institution building and pro-student efforts at ICGEB Bhopal, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji nominated Professor Das as a member of Niti Aayog in April 2026. For my young colleagues who are interns, JRF, SRFs, doing PhD, postdocs, and are from different countries, member countries of ICGEB, the National Institute for Transforming India, the Niti Aayog, is a think tank and the highest policy-making body of Bharat. And its members are equivalent to Union Ministers of State. Professor Das was a group leader of ICGEB, so he was part of our family. And because of his ever helpful nature, most of us affectionately call him Dada. On a personal note, my first NMR structure of a protein from my lab was an immunoprotein, which was discovered by Professor Das. Ved, who is sitting here, was a PhD student at that time and is also an author in that publication. It was a collaboration where he also supported my group and many other research groups with consumables and other things. Professor Das is a role model for young and aspiring scientists. Hailing from a very humble background in Bengal, he went through the horror of losing 17 of his family members during the conflicts. But he rose to this level like a phoenix through his hard work and peerless passion for science. Last week, he brought all the science departments under one umbrella and initiated many new initiatives, such as Vigyan Nidhi, to streamline fellowships and ensuring timely revisions and disbursement of fellowships for PhD, postdocs, and young researchers on different fellowships. We hope, pray, and wish that he succeeds in his efforts. With this, now I request Dr. Sonam Sharma to welcome Professor Das with flowers. I now request Dr. Ramesh Sonti, Director, ICGEB New Delhi, to kindly introduce Professor Govardhan Das.
Welcome, Professor Govardhan Das. Good afternoon, everybody. Fellows of the ICGEB family, fellows from NIPGR, Dr. Devashish Das from ILS, all faculty, ICGEB and the neighboring institutes. It's a real pleasure for me to welcome back to ICGEB Dr. Govardhan Das. Now, he's an individual who has had tremendous experience, as I'll relate in a few minutes, tremendous experience in R&D in the industrial, national, and international organizations. Served as a professor in national and international organizations and has held academic leadership positions, culminating in his most recent and most prestigious appointment as member of Niti Aayog, the think tank of the foremost think tank of the Government of India. Now, he received his PhD working with Professor G.C. Mishra, whom many of us know, at Institute of Microbial Technology, CSIR Institute of Microbial Technology in Chandigarh. Subsequently, he went and did his postdoc with a very famous immunologist. Now, I am a plant scientist, but I also know him. So you can imagine he's the founder of the concept of innate immunity, toll-like receptors, all of that was him. And the late Professor Charles Anderson Janeway Jr. I mean, he probably would have gotten a Nobel Prize for his work, except for his untimely passing away. So he really got his training with distinguished academicians, both Dr. Mishra and his mentor in Yale University. So his training in immunology has been very well grounded. Subsequently, he had an industrial experience, and I think that really, is something that has stood by him because it gives him that unique perspective of a industrial background. He worked with this company that is now part of Sanofi, but at that time it was, the company was called Aventis Pharmaceuticals. Those of you who were around in the 90s and doing science in the 90s know that Aventis was a leading multinational, and several mergers happened in the late 1990s and early 2000 so that it got merged into Sanofi. Now, after that, he joined ICGEB. That's in 2007 was when he joined ICGEB as a senior scientist and was with us for about close to 7 years, in which he has done some very interesting work on TB. Then he joined as a professor in South Africa in KwaZulu-Natal University. And after a couple of years there, a short stint there, JNU called him, and that was his alma mater, and I think he came back to India. Subsequently, in 2023, he went to ICER Bhopal as the director, and a few months ago I had the opportunity to visit him in ICER Bhopal, and really he has transformed ICER Bhopal. I was very impressed by his dynamic leadership there. And as Neil was saying, consequent to his good work there, he has now been called on to take a much bigger assignment in Niti Aayog. And within a few months of joining, he had a meeting, a few weeks ago, where the Honorable Minister has actually released a roadmap for India's bioeconomy up to 2035 to make India a leading bioeconomy nation. So, with this, welcome back to ICGEB, Professor Govardhan Mehta, Professor Govardhan Das. I have Govardhan Mehta as my own guru in University of Hyderabad, so I keep, so welcome, and the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Professor Shanti and Dr. Neil, for generous introduction. And Honorable Director, Professor Shanti, Professor Dinkar Shalunke, to whom I know for a long time, and we time to time keep on interacting. And in fact, a couple of times probably in the airport, especially airport in the other country, in Dubai. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, staffs, and my beloved students. When I was thinking I'll come to ICGEB, it was a kind of mixed feeling. कुछ तो बोलना है, बोलना क्या है? बोलना तो बहुत कुछ है, लेकिन आज बोलना क्या है? साइंस तो बहुत बोल चुका है, लेकिन साइंस really बोलना ठीक नहीं है, और कुछ बोलना है. So without going much in deeper, what I would like to say, this is we मंजिल यही है. 2047, we have to make our country the विकसित भारत. विकसित भारत का definition क्या होना चाहिए? As you know, Google में आप जाएंगे तो देखेंगे जे high income, diversified economy, global integration, human index is more than 0.8, high life expectancy, low child death, high literacy rate, advanced information system, institution strengths. Yes, are we not? Yes, clearly, probably we are not, but we are in the process. Well, who we do it? So this morning I was take a quote from somewhere and says, are we playing that game of everybody, somebody, anybody, or nobody? It is indeed an important job, So therefore, it is given, is what asked to do to everybody. Everybody was asked to do it. Everybody was sure somebody will do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could have done it. Nobody realized anybody wouldn't do it. Now everybody blames somebody. Actually, nobody asked anybody if anybody is doing it. So basically, what is not the question of everybody, somebody, nobody, or anybody. It is the you have to do it. You, the Indians, you, the students, you, the youths, are the next generation. We have to bring this country as a Viksit Bharat. All power is within you. You can do it, anything and everything. Believe in that. Do it in that. You are not weak. You do not believe that you are half lunatic, crazy lunatics, as most of us do nowadays. You can do anything and everything without even guidance of anyone. Stand up and express the divinity within you. This is not my quote, this is I have taken from Swami Vivekananda ji. Yes, the strength is within you, you the one taking the country forward. Well, can we do it? Yes, I think we can. Today, India is the 4th largest economy. Just look at the progress, what we are doing today. In 2014, we had the economy of $1.85 trillion. Today in 2026, that became $4.85 trillion. We are progressing. So, we have seen our capability, a small glimpse. In that glimpse, what we have seen? During the COVID period, it is the country, it is our scientists, it is our industries who have shown our capability. We produced not only one vaccine, we produced 2 vaccines, and we supplied more than 150 countries, and that too free. That is the quality we have. Yes, we can do it. Today, if you look at, India has more than 1.58 lakhs of startup companies. This morning I saw the data. The 131 are unicorns. Unicorns are those who have more than $1 billion. Yes, India is progressing. And where India was, why I keep on saying India is going to be the Viksit Bharat. Where India was, if I go back to history, little bit I have to tell you the history. The golden age of India, the first golden age, the Maurya dynasty, it was, our GDP was 40 to 50% of global GDP. We had that. We were rich. We were the leader in agriculture. We were leader in mining. We were leader in medicine. In fact, the zinc extraction, as you go and see, the India more than 400 साल राज किया. Our economy was once again is 40 to 50% economic world economy. And when it British started, Mughal, the period ended, our economy was 24% to 27% of global economy. That 800 years that been gone. 80 millions of people as you lost their lives in India. Then next 200 years, the British, when British started, once again, the economy was 24% to 27%. When the British left, the economy was less than 3%. We lost many of the things, many of knowledge, many of the technology. We are lagging behind. So therefore, it is our responsibility to bring the country forward, and we all are working towards that every citizen of this country is devoted to bring the country forward. Well, when I joined Niti, the first day I had a real long chat with Honorable Prime Minister. Probably nobody said that the PM never gave that long time. It was 27 minutes I talked to him. He was very curious about biosciences and biotechnology. Yes, biotechnology. He commented, machine तो सब लोग बना लेते हैं, then bioscience is वही opportunity है. Although पूरा दुनिया कुछ ना कुछ कर रहा है, I think India can take the lead. Yes, I feel it from my inside. Yes, biology is the where lots many to explore. When you see the CRISPR-Cas, the genetic engineering thing is happening. The cell therapy is happening. The biosimilars, biomedicines are happening. There's a huge gap. Huge. We can bring it. We can do it in the soil. I think I have to give you another comparison. The comparison is in 2014, biotechnology had only $10 billion of economy. Today, it is $195.3 billion. We have in India, I was reading, around 11,600 startup companies, and several startup companies are now unicorn. We are the leader of vaccine. India is producing the highest doses of vaccine in this country. And India is the pharmacy of the world. So we have the technology, we have the manpower, we have the talent. Now we are the one have to take step. Our job is to find out where is the gap, how we can do it better. Yes, very recently we published our roadmap for 2035 and 2047. One thing I can tell you, we touched almost all points, including how we can engage industries, how we can increase the number of institutions, national focus, number of researchers, and their well-beings. I see lots of students here, so therefore one small thing I would like to tell you. In this, very recently we moved the paper. So if we look at the number of GRF right now, we have 18,009 total altogether from all of these agencies. That immediately we proposed, can we make it 40,000? Okay? That 40,000. So basically, I don't know whether they will grant 40,000. This paper gone to Senate. The next, I was very surprised to see total number of PDA, postdoctoral fellowship, we give only 1903. So immediately, our proposal was, can we increase to 15,000? Well, not only that, our brilliant students are leaving the country. Why not? They had already did their masters. They are qualified for the jobs. Why not to increase their fellowship? So the proposal we made for GRF 50,000 plus HRA, for SRF the 60,000 plus HRA, and postdocs the equivalent salary of assistant professor without the benefits, which is 90,000 plus HRA. So that paper already we moved, and we are also paper moving forwards, making the lots of education and innovation hub. What is education and innovation hub? The only education institution that nowadays doing the mainstream. I'm not undermining any subject, physics, chemistry, biology, geology, botany, whatever you call it, may not yield your job other than the teaching and the going higher education, the PhD, postdoc, and once again to become faculty. How to integrate with industries. So we proposed, can we make education and innovation hub? This is a cross-pollination. The industry should take part, and that is the hybrid mode of education. And within that campus, probably a place, like think about Houston. There are more than 100 institutions in the surroundings. Think about Boston. There are more than 100 institutions that are surrounding. In a place where more than 2 lakh students, probably more than 30,000 faculties, more than 50,000 staffs. So that makes the ecosystem, and that will cross-pollinate between academics and industries, and that will open up various opportunities. Not only that, we proposed increasing or helping youngsters for the startup companies. In fact, I can tell you, when I was serving at ICGEB Bhopal, in 1 year, we got 65 new patents. And because of that startup, within 1 year, the startup we had 48. And within 2 years, we had 28 TRL9 products. And some of the products are doing more than crore per year turnover. So I think that ecosystem is indeed probably I should not say lacking, but we have to create that ecosystem. We are behind that. And I think in Niti, we are committed to bring these things in front, create more facilities, the advise government to more of this. And that we have to do in Vikshit Bharat. In Vikshit Bharat, India will be self-reliant. Right now, we often call it immunotherapy. The antibodies and the proteins, probably very few or none are being produced in India. We import. India has the talent, India has the capability, India has the environment. I think India could be the global hub for biotechnology. So my dear student, my young fellows, young scientists, it is you are the one who can drive the country forward. My earnest, the request to you all, work selflessly. I understand I also have gone through this path. Yes, we have to preserve our own interest. It is true. But work more for the bigger goals. When it bigger goals, it not only serves you, it serves the community, it serves the country. So आज आपने कुछ बना लिया, आपने ड्रायर को अंदर रख दिया, मैं ही करूँगा सब कुछ. इसमें वो जो फल शायद आएगा, प्रोबेबली आप यहीं से PhD करके चले जाओगे बॉस्टन, तो वो कभी you don't see the light of the day. तो इसीलिए nowadays science you cannot do in silos. One person cannot do it everything. It is the culture you have to make it. Collaboration, cooperation. Result should not be in your drawer. It should be discussed. It should be taken step for the translation. Often, most of the project fails. That's because your vision and mission is not aligned. For successful project, successful career, successful institution, your vision and mission has to be aligned. I know this is many institutions in country. We are looking one after another. Some of them institution has very good vision. Say, cluster of institution. We said we are going to do the translational science. Do a lot of things. When it mission, it miserably failed. So, vision is good. Mission is not that good. On the other hand, many of the things, many places, आज एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है, उसमें आप देखोगे तो उसके नाम के बसते वही सब्जेक्ट रह गया. तो मिशन तो बहुत कुछ कर रहा है, लेकिन विजन उसका है नहीं. So, to be successful, one has to align vision and mission. So, my dear student, you work for yourself, you work for the society, and that will contribute to the growth of the nation, and that will make the country विकसित भारत. तो इस संदर्भ में I'll tell you one small line. जब भगवान राम घर से निकाल रहे थे, माता कौशल्या देवी बहुत रोया, बहुत ज्ञान दिया. The last one line बोला, जो तू धर्म का रक्षा करता है वही धर्म तुझे भविष्य में रक्षा करेगा. माय डियर स्टूडेंट, आपके धर्म क्या है? आपका धर्म है व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, हार्ड वर्क, ऑनेस्टी एंड सेल्फलेसली व्हाट यू आर वर्किंग टुडे. वेल, स्टूडेंट्स के लिए तो मैं बहुत कुछ बोल ही दिया, बट माय डियर, माय कॉलीग्स, द फैकल्टीज के लिए भी मुझे थोड़ा सा एक स्टोरी बोलना है. जब भगवान राम जी घर से निकला, पहले कौन सी पर्वत में पहुंचा? बोलो. हैं? हाँ. जी, जब पहुंचा वहाँ वन देवी आते हैं, आके बोलते हैं, विंध्याचल में पहुंचता है, वन देवी बोलता है, जी भगवान जी आप तो पहुंच ही गया, आपके क्या सेवा कर सकती हूँ? कहते हैं फल मूल तो रात को मैं शाम को खा ही लूँगा, बात भी कर लूँगा, अभी इमीडिएटली मेरे लिए एक छोटा सा काम कर दो. बोले क्या काम है? कहते मैं जिस रास्ते से आया हूँ ना, वहाँ बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कांटे पड़ा हुआ, उसको जरा हटा दो. कहते भगवान जी आप तो पहुँच गया, वो क्या जरूरी है? कहता बात वो नहीं है, मेरे जो पागला छोटा भाई ना मुझे ढूंढते हुए इस रास्ते में ही आएगा, उसके पैर में एक भी कांटा फूंक जाए तो उनको लगेगा मेरे लिए मेरे बड़े भाई को इतना कष्ट पहुंचाना पड़ा. तो मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ मेरे छोटे भाई का मन में वो चीज़ जाए. उल्टा साइड में भरत चलना शुरू किया. जब चल रहे थे, देखा, गांव का लोग देखा पैर में चप्पल नहीं है. बोले आप चप्पल क्यों नहीं पहनते हैं? तो बोलता है जी मेरे बड़े भाई इस रास्ते से गुजरा, मैं वही फीलिंग लेना चाहता हूँ जो मेरे बड़े भाई को लगा. तो मैं क्यों ये स्टोरी बता रहा हूँ? क्योंकि यू आर द स्टूडेंट्स, यू आर द इंडियंस, आप कोलाबोरेशन करते हैं, कोऑपरेशन करते हैं, एक दूसरे को भाई मानते हैं, बहन मानते हैं. आज के दिन में भी आप एक बस में चढ़िएगा, चलिए बड़े भाई थोड़ा सा जगह देना, दीदी थोड़ा सा हटना. यूएस में ये बात आपको नहीं मिलेगा. आज के दिन में भी इंडिया में कोई भाई बहन का रिश्ता है तो आपके संबंध है. तो इसीलिए एक दूसरे को हेल्प करना, साथ में काम करना, ये बहुत जरूरी है. मैं टीचर्स के लिए इतना बोलना चाहता हूँ, आज भारतवर्ष इज प्रोग्रेसिंग इन सुपरसोनिक स्पीड. उस स्पीड में जब चल रहे हैं, इसके लिए आज देखा है, बहुत छोटा सा उदाहरण भी दे दूं. इस सभागार के बाहर आप निकलेंगे, एक जो नारियल बेचता है उसके पास भी यूपीआई है. इस कंट्री में सबसे ज़्यादा यूपीआई होल वर्ल्ड में जितना होता है इस कंट्री में अकेला होता है. आप रिक्शा के पीछे बैठे हुए, जब टेलीफोन बाजता है, पॉकेट से निकाल के रिक्शा वाला बोलता है बेटा तो ठीक है ना, तुझे पैसा का तो ज़रूरत नहीं है, इस कंट्री में सबसे सस्ता टेलीफोन, सबसे ज़्यादा कम्युनिकेशन इस कंट्री में होता है, वी आर प्रोग्रेसिंग। तो यहाँ तक आने के लिए you are the one who worked, the today's teachers, today's citizens, today's lawmakers, today's strategy makers, they are the one who worked. ये यहाँ तक लाने के लिए तो आपको बहुत कष्ट करना पड़ा, रास्ते में बहुत कांटा सहना पड़ा, उसमें मैं भी हूँ, मैं भी, I have seen my days. Many of you, the faculties in ICGEB, you have also seen my days. तो आपने जो कांटा सहा, रास्ते से वो कांटा को हटा दीजिए। तो हमारी जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन है, इस जनरेशन देश को आगे ले जाएगा, इस जनरेशन देश को विकसित भारत बनाएगा। वही दिन आ गया तो हम लोग बोलेंगे, जब 1984 में राकेश शर्मा जो महाकाश में जाके बैठा हुआ था, द देन प्राइम मिनिस्टर इंदिरा गांधी पूछा था भारत को कैसे देखने में लग रहा है, उसने जवाब दिया था सारे जहां से अच्छा। तो वही सारे जहां से अच्छा भारत बनेगा, इसी में आप ही का योगदान है, आप ही लोग कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच। So I'll be happy to answer if anybody has any question.
So thank you very much for a very inspiring thing, and it's a very good to note that about the fellowship, which I think most of the students I also see they are not getting timely, and the fellowships are actually really too less. And thanks to you for taking up this thing. So we have take few questions, and preferably from the students. I know most of the PIs are they ask question and they have interacting. So from the students, we'll take few questions. If you have anything to ask, anyone.
मैं साइंस भूल गया, बाकी कुछ पूछ सकते हैं।
Hello. Hey, sir. A very inspiring.
Yeah, mic close to me.
Do you think we will be able to remove the age gap for positions, at least academic positions?
Age gap. Huh?
You have a
Age
minimum
limit.
age.
Well, that is another thing we are working. No. We are working on this. Basically, the education doesn't have any age. That should be, I know, because of number of seats, number of places, we have to somehow put the age, the bar. But I think sooner, but in future, definitely we should work on the age gap. Yes, nowadays oftentimes, once in a while we see the beta or बाप एक साथ graduate हुए हैं, तो basically, yes, that can be possible, and I think we should work on it. I agree with you. Well, fellowship has age limit. This is one thing I can tell you. For the time being, probably we need to have some kind of age limit not because somebody cannot do it. But see, we have right now, we are producing around 29,000 PhDs every year. We have all this data. But we have opening for only 1,900 postdocs. And rest of them going out. So probably if somebody wants to do the kind of postdoc after maybe 35 or 40, an Indian government job, this is 35 is some kind of limit. So it is not really encouraged that somebody is doing postdoc at the age of 35. If they know this is my 35, within 35 I have to get a job, their activities, their performance, that will insist you to do better performance. So, जब तक आपको वो performance नहीं आएगा तब तक you won't get job, because the competition is everywhere. So therefore, I think for the time being, at least some kind of age bar is okay, but some relaxation not should be the by 22 or 25, but some relaxation is okay, but not too much, at least for the time being. In future, more it comes, more opens, more number of jobs, more number of industries, then probably we can open it up. Yeah.
Anything else? Anyone else? Any students?
Okay, thank you.
So, if not, I request Dr. Sonti to felicitate Dr. Govardhan Das. So there is a tea outside. Please join us there.